Okay, good. You have a problem with the mic and the camera. You cannot see me on the camera? Could
We
you
can
see
see
me?
you. We can see you,
Okay.
I can see you.
and we can hear you.
Okay, great. For Yes Africa team, do you have everything set to start the recording? Okay, good. Perfect. Thank you very much. So now I'm going to share with you the slides. Mhm. Here we are. Can you see the slides?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Mhm. Actually, I cannot see the slides from my side. Here, you can see them?
Yeah, I can see the slide, although there is something like audience window. Oh, okay, now I can see it fully.
Yeah, perfect. So today we will see and try to understand the social media, social marketing, sorry. Uh, for those who already knows me, there is my presentation. I'm an engineer by background, a civil engineer and green building engineer, and I'm also a certified and training coach and a social impact entrepreneur. I'm the founder of Co-Leaders for Africa platform and movement, and I launched also lately the podcast of Co-Leaders for Africa because we believe that big dreams are still in Africa, and we are here to build and co-lead and empower uh, the African leaders to achieve their dreams. So, welcome again through this platform, these workshops, through this amazing summit, which is Yes for Africa Summit. And now we will work on three main objectives. The first one is to understand the foundations of social marketing by defining what is social marketing, basic definition, and distinguish also between uh, social marketing and commercial marketing. And also, we will explain the importance for NGOs to use social marketing strategy. Secondly, we will understand and see how we can apply the 7 Ps. Maybe some of you knows already the 5 Ps that we use in the marketing in general to real world challenges and learn how to structure them for a campaign using those 7 Ps to influence your strategy, your audience, and behavior change effectively. The third part is about how to design a strategic communication and use the nudge for social impact and use also behavioral nudges to create impactful, culturally adapted campaigns that address social issues. So I already asked you the question about what is social marketing, but just to make it clear here and to give you an overview of this next hours, 1.5 hour or 2 hours, we will see the uh, uh, the, the the definition of what is social marketing, the 7 Ps, and then we will see the strategic communication, how we can apply it to social marketing, then how we can use social marketing tools, and then we will give you some practical exercise. I hope you could practice them all together and give us your feedbacks before leaving the session. So, what is social marketing? The basis or the basic definition of social marketing is an approach that uses marketing principles to influence and collective behaviors for a social benefit. We can have and see here 2 examples. Before that, I would love to clarify why it's important to you as NGOs and how it's useful to you as NGOs to understand and to use a social marketing approach. First of all, to create measurable social impact, and then enable you to change habits, entrenched habits. Also, it makes you able to mobilize communities around causes and also improve the visibility and credibility of your NGO in your environment, in your ecosystem, in your country. Okay, so here we can see 2 examples. The first one is about anti-smoking campaign. An NGO launched a campaign in schools to encourage young people not to start smoking. And what they did, it uses striking posters. They used posters, testimonials from ex-smokers, and interactive workshops. The objective through this social strategy is to change the behavior, to avoid smoking, and to protect the public health and the community. The second example, it's about reducing plastic bags usage. As you may know, in all different African countries, we have these issues about how we can reuse the plastic bags and how we can reduce them. So this African municipality worked in partnership with an environmental NGO. What they did is distributed reusable bags for free at local markets while conducting an awareness campaign on community radios and other activities. And the objective here is to encourage citizens to adopt more eco-friendly behavior to reduce plastic pollution. So here we have 2 different examples, one in terms of changing behavior to protect the public health, and the other one is to adopt a more eco-friendly behavior to reduce plastic use and also plastic pollution. So here you can see what is the main of using marketing in a social benefit ideation or strategy to make your NGO more impactful through the social purpose that you are working on. So here we can see the differences between social and commercial marketing. When we talk about social marketing, in general, it's about common good. It aims for the common good. In contrary, for commercial marketing, it aims for profit. We're always looking for what we will profit from it. On the behavior side, it's also oriented to change the behaviors. On the other side, when we talk about marketing or commercial marketing strategy, it's product oriented, product to sell oriented. For the social marketing side, we talk about mobilizing social values. And the other side, we respond to individual needs. And the last but not least, social marketing it comes here to be beneficial or beneficial to create benefits for society. But for the other side, we work on benefits for the company. So here is the small differences, but outside we can see a huge impact. While we are using social marketing. Here we will see the 7 P's, but before that, I would love to hear from you guys. Who knows about, or who heard before about the 5 P's that we usually use in marketing strategy? You can raise your hands, please, and we will give you the floor. Thank you. Yes, who's here? Who wants to give an idea, maybe share information
Yes,
about
yes.
their knowledge? Yes, who's talking? I think there is a mic here. Mhm. Yes,
Hello,
Festus?
can I say something?
Yes, Festus. And then Mohammed. Festus, the floor is yours. You can say, you can put your mic on, please. Okay, no, okay, Mohammed. I think Festus has a problem with his mic.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, just say your name and your country and start.
Okay. Okay. My name is Mohammed. I'm the director of Jamhuri Incubation Center, which operates in Mogadishu, Somalia. If I try the 7 P's of marketing, the product we are offering, the price we are judging, the place we are working, and the promotion we are doing, also the people who are involved in the project, and also the process we are doing the work, and finally the physical evidence. I think that is the 7 P's.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you, Mohammed. Well done. Kalkidan, do you want to add something? Do you want to add something?
No, I think Mohammed already said perfectly.
Yes. Yes, thank you very much, Mohammed, for this insightful participation.
Welcome, Minister.
Shukran. For the 7 P's here, as you may know, we use in general the 5 P's for the general marketing strategy or commercial marketing strategy. For this one, we're talking about the 7 P's. The 7 P's are mostly about 7 acts or 7 parts. The first one is about the product. And here the product or the desired product, the desired behavior or proposed social solution answer to 2 questions. What behavior do you want to encourage in your target audience? And what service or idea or action are you concretely offering? So here when we talk about your product as an NGO. Secondly, we have the price, perceived or real cost to adopt this behavior. And here we ask 2 questions also. What are possible barriers, even if it's money, fear, embarrassment, or efforts that we can have to pay the price or to have the real costs? And how can you reduce or compensate for these costs? The third part is about the place. Where and how can the behavior be easily adopted? So we're in Africa, but all African countries are not the same. So even if we have the same idea or the same social solution, we cannot adopt it with the same strategy in different places. Okay, so here we have 2 questions. Where can you target, easily access your action or solution? And is the place practical, well-known, safe, or nearby to suggest your solution. Okay. The fourth part, which is very important, the promotion. How to deliver your message, how to convince, how to share your ideas or your message or your social solution. So here we ask two questions about. The first one is which channel to use. Last time we were talking about the communication strategy. So here you have to deep dive into it, and you have to choose which social media, radio, posters, influencers you need to use to convince or to deliver your message. The second point is what simple and motivating message can you spread. It's very, very important to keep it in your mind to success into your promotion strategy. The fifth point, which is about people, who are the key actors to inspire, trust, and motivate action, and to invite as partners, as maybe board members, as um, representatives or ambassadors of your activity or your project or your initiative, who can carry the message so it's credible, and how to involve people close to the target, peers, local leaders, and so on. So this part also for me, it's a key point to your success or to success in your social marketing strategy. The sixth part, which is the process. So the experience lived by the target through the journey are the steps to participate into your project or to access to your social solution is simple, pleasant, and clear. And the second question is how to make the experience smooth and motivating. The last part, which is the seventh P, which is the physical evidence. And here we need visible elements that reinforce trust in the action. And we need here to answer to two other questions. What concretely shows that the action is serious? And which object or visuals or results can reassure and value the target? And here we will come back to the evaluation, to auditing and measuring our impact. So these 7 P's are clearly the heart of your strategy. You cannot work or launch successfully a social product or a social uh, event or movement without having into your mind those 7 P's and working and answering to those questions. Okay? I would ask you guys about maybe 1 or 2 examples that you can give us and share with us. Maybe we can take 3 different NGOs here with us, and how do they answer to one of these questions, or what was their challenges to answering to those questions while they were working on their strategy. I would love to hear new participants, but I'll stay open. So,
Sorry, can you come again with the question?
sorry?
Sorry, can you come again with the question?
Yes, the question is, I would love to hear and have 3 organization participants here to present 2 sides, even to give us how do they work on their social marketing strategy, if they did. If not, what are the challenges that they had to their social marketing strategy? What are also the parts that that are challenging for them also. Just to keep that in our mind, and we will talk about it and maybe help each other about it. Okay? Modu, do you want to say? Do you want
Yes,
to share
yes,
maybe your example?
yes. For the organization that that's the Gambia Youth Chamber of Commerce. An example of it is encouraging young people to formalize their businesses, to influence that change in behavior. Because we realize that most young people that are doing business,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the rural areas, are not formalized. So that is our product. And as for the price, that have to do with the cost involved in the process. We use graphics and also social media content, which is cheap cost to communicate. We also use audio messaging in local
Mm-hmm.
languages. And for the
So,
place,
sorry,
actually,
Modu.
there is no physical.
Yes, I'm gonna interrupt you. Sorry, just a few seconds. Can you explain another time what is the aim of your NGO? Because we didn't really hear you very well. I didn't understand.
Oh, okay,
Are you working on?
okay. Yes, yes. It's a chamber of commerce. The aim of the NGO is to empower young people in business. That's what we do. So part of the strategies that we have been doing is to use graphic images and audio messaging in WhatsApp, and also organize public forums where we engage young people in the informal sector
Ah, okay.
to
Mhm.
encourage them to formalize their businesses. So some of the
Regarding
challenges
to
that
those seven P's, what is the challenging part did you find into your total marketing strategy?
um, the challenging part that we found, I think, more is on the side of promotion. It's on the side of
Okay.
promotion
Mm-hmm.
because most of these young people that are in the informal sector, they don't use, I mean, mainstream media quite often, and they also very hard to mobilize for meetings and public forums where you can get their attention. So the promotional part is the challenge. So we were trying to depend on community radios, but that also we realized that there is not enough in the country.
Okay, so the promotion side. Okay, I understand. Uh-huh. Thank you. Thank you, Modo, for sharing. I will answer to you later on about this. Sei, yes. And then Asari. Yes, Sei. Sei title. The floor is yours.
All right. Can I go now?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. My name is Joseph Asare, and I am the founder of Association Vision International, a national nonprofit organization in Ghana. And we are focused on promoting sustainable impact in the life of children, women, persons with disability, and the environment. And one of the P's that we are always focused on is the people, because we believe that whatever product that we offer to the people must be consulted. The people must have an input in
Mm-hmm.
the designing and the development and also the implementation of the product that we are offering to the people in solving their social needs. So
Mm-hmm.
we are always focused on ensuring that the people always have their input in designing every intervention product that we want to offer to the community. However, the challenge is
Mm-hmm.
the product how do we ensure that we are able to use a single product to meet the needs of the people that we have targeted to serve as a social organization? So we try our best to ensure that at least the product that we offer to them as a nonprofit organization is able to meet about the satisfaction of about 50% of the people, to ensure that if not everybody gets satisfied, at least half of the people will get satisfied from the product that we offer to them as an intervention. But this is very, very challenging, because as you consult the people to get their input in developing the product, which is the intervention, you see that everybody has a special interest that they want you to incorporate in the development of the intervention product. So my question is, how do you ensure that whatever you offer to the people as a product in the form of intervention meets the satisfaction of majority? Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Asari, for your question. Yeah, very important. Very important. The people are in the center of all the strategy, and they should be in the center of all strategies, and especially this social marketing strategy. Thank you, Asari. I think someone else wanted to intervene just before you. Where is
Hello.
Yeah. Who's Sei. Yes, you're
Yeah.
here.
I don't know if you can hear me now.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Shay Titla from
Can you put your
Nigeria.
camera on, please, Sei?
My camera is on.
Oh, I cannot see you, but it's okay.
Ooh,
Now
okay.
yes, perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So my name is Shay from Emerging Communities Africa. Our nonprofit does a couple of things, but one of the projects which is very key to us right now is one where we're equipping um, women in rural and underserved areas with capacity building, mentorship, job readiness, employability skills. We're focused
Mm-hmm.
on women who are in need situations, and we're also targeting women in this
Mm-hmm.
category who already have skills that they do with their hands. We also help them to increase their income, their earning power, and to scale their small trades. One of the challenges that we
Mm-hmm.
face as a nonprofit is with our marketing channels, and that
Mm-hmm.
is and that is because a lot of the funding that we get to support the organization are usually project based. And so
Mm-hmm.
when the project comes to an end, we can have somebody on a salary just
Mm-hmm.
managing our social media. Hence, that program, um, the visibility of the program sort of comes to an end when the project comes to an end. Um, in a case where we don't have enough funds to cover all the operational expense of the organization, then projects that we've done or cohorts that have ended now find it difficult to remain top of mind for people who are both donors, funders, and even potential funders. Because once the project ends and the funding ends, then we can't keep our volunteers or even full-time staff on the salary. We can't continue to pay them. So we struggle with the funding. I mean, our funding strategy for social media marketing. That's one of the issues that we have. Thank you.
You're okay. You're struggling with the volunteers and social. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Social media marketing.
Okay, I was saying that when you have a project run over a period of time, when the project comes to an end and the funding circle is complete, right?
Mm-hmm.
We usually don't have someone employed in that position to continue to manage the social media handle of that particular project. So once the project comes to an end, the visibility of the program also ends. Do you understand me?
Okay. Mm.
So that's one of the challenges that we face.
Mm. Yeah, I have just a question for your volunteers. Are they do you have like contracts with those volunteers? Do you work on contract, or they are volunteers in your association just uh, for a while to answer to a special need, project or event, or like a
So some
period?
of
How do
yes,
you
so some of
work
the
this
so,
part?
so some of the volunteers are project based. When we have a
Mhm.
project, then we make a call, and then we already have them in a pool. So we make a call, and then we have the volunteers work on that particular project. So when the project comes to an end, we're usually not able to support them with any kind of stipend, and that means that particular role becomes redundant until we get funding for another circle to start up the same project again.
Okay. So again, this point came back. It came back all the time, not only in your country but also in Morocco. Yes, in how to keep the volunteers engaged
Yeah.
into social projects. This is a huge question, but also it's connected to the regulation of each country. As you may know, each country has its own regulation. So there is some countries, like in Europe or in the US, they have an, a regulation which is clear, which is simple, that help us as association or NGOs to partner or to contract with the volunteers by also protecting them as individuals, but also as people, to assure them the logistic side and assure them also their insurance in case they have problems or health
Yeah.
issues. So yeah, I understand your struggle, and I think also the Yes Africa Summit is here for this also kind of subject that we need to relate and to raise the voice about it, to raise the awareness about the situation that you may have, but also I'm sure other organizations here have the same issue. So I don't have like a magic solution, but it's connected to the regulation first, because when you have regulation and clear process in environments, and um, how can not only the process but also the law that could protect those people or those volunteers to make your project sustainable and to
Yeah.
stay for a while. This is why I asked you, do you have like contract? Do you work on contract or not? Because it depends in different it depends on the countries, but also it depends on the organization. How do they work, and how do they process? What are their internal regulations? So I think this is very important to keep in your mind. Maybe you could suggest it. Um, I don't know about your regulation in your country, but maybe we could ask later on, and you could ask in the group, WhatsApp group, some other colleagues if they have like a successful regulation that aim to make volunteers sustainable and engaged into a project or whatnot. What are the key uh, experimentations or deals they are making with volunteers to assure that they are staying and they're engaging and they're doing their job correctly?
Yeah.
So
Thank you very much.
you're
Yeah.
welcome. I hope you answered, but there is another point which is very important also, which is uh, the recognition. Because when a volunteer comes to your project, they need something to, even if it's the experience or money or a network or maybe just a recognition as an experience, a certification. So those parts also we need to think about them, because for volunteers, especially young leaders or young volunteers, it might be the first professional experience for their life. So it's very important to make sure that they learn and they earn also.
Yeah.
If it's financial, but also immaterial. It could be material or immaterial, but it's very important to clarify it, to communicate on it. This is why the message is very important regarding to recruiting people, to promoting, to having volunteers around on your board. It's very important to clarify the message, but also to make it socially marketable.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
welcome. So yeah, another point which is also in terms of management, because in general inside some organizations, especially NGOs, we have bad management in some of them, and though this kind of issues of management, issues of leadership, this is why we're also talking about the people, the management, the leadership, make those young volunteers or less young volunteers leaving, because they don't leave the organization, they don't leave the solution or the project. Sometimes they leave the leader, they leave the bad management they are working in. So you guys as leaders, as managers, as volunteers, maybe inside to this organization, you have to make sure that first of all you maintain a good leadership style, to maintain good volunteers into your projects and sustain their participation and their engagement. Okay, so the next question was about the social, yeah, the people. So I think I answered to the people side. The people side, and yeah, I wanted to add something else, which is about the community, but also the the message. You have the community, but you have the message. If your message is not clear enough, you don't work on your communication strategy that we've seen like a few days before. The communication strategy and the vision and the mission should be very clear to those people who are coming and joining the boat and joining the project. If it's not clear for you, it cannot be clear for them, and they will not stay for long. So I think it's very, very important, those three parts. You have the promotion, you have the people, and the process. Of course, the product should be clear when you are working on the biggest vision and strategy. And when you start deep dive into the marketing, into communication, here you focus more about the process and the people, and also the message, how to make it as simple as it should be, and clear as possible to target uh, not only your audience, but also uh, to maintain the relationship between them. And this, of course, it's through your storytelling and your story message. even if it's about you, but also about the whole organization. Maybe you work in some organizations that are how can I say, that are or that have been built for the last 10, 20, or maybe more, 30 years. And all this history, it comes with it. It comes with you. It stays with you, actually. So all this data and informations, we should keep them in mind while we're working on our 7Ps. You have to see how to connect and to put into your social strategy all the data, all the information, even if it's about your history, your capacity, your realizations, and also your new product or your new social solution that you are working on for now or for the future. Okay? So here we will move to the next step, which is after the 7Ps here, it's a little bit blocked. Can you hear me? Yes. So here we will see the strategic communication in social media. Social marketing, sorry. So for the strategic communication, as we mentioned also earlier, is the segmentation of your audience and a precise targeting audience, a very well positioned message and storytelling strategy, and use of the same tools as commercial marketing to maximize the impact. And nowadays we have a huge choice and possibilities of what we call social media, but also now the tools of artificial intelligence and AI. Okay, so here we will see the tools of social marketing. So the 5 tools that we're presenting here is the 5 famous or main marketing tools. That first one is about awareness campaigns that we can use online or on site. Okay, we have also the community events that we could organize even weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, yearly also. So those community events should be in the middle of your marketing or social marketing strategy to make sure that you are connected to your audience. You have also the collaborations with your influencers. Influencers might be in your country. It depends on your solution or your social solution. And they could be also international influencers, especially as I'm sure you all know that you can have international influencers that are really accessible on social media. You have the fourth part, which is social media that you know, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and so on. And the last but not least, but also educational materials, even through MOOCs, if you are in educational parts, or through workshops online, through webinars. You have a wide choice about these tools that you can use into your social marketing strategy. And here we come and we will see the nudge. Who have heard about nudges before or used nudges before? Maybe you can share your experience with the nudges. Yes, please. I would love to hear Bocello or Ewurama. Are you here, guys? Bocello, Hiroya?
Yes, I'm here.
Eurama Jenkins, could you please say a word about the nudges, or maybe you have a comment or a question here? Yes, Aurama, we're listening to you. The floor is yours. Do you hear me? Hello? Someone else? I cannot hear Ulama
Yeah,
and
yes.
but
Yes.
yes, Modu.
Yes, an example of an awareness campaign, right?
Sorry?
You're asking about an example of an awareness campaign.
No, I'm asking about the nudges. Do you have any idea about what is a nudge, and have you used it before? And if you have other questions about the tools, marketing social tools.
Yes, I think I can speak about the tools specifically.
Do you have any
About the
question
tools
about it?
specifically.
Do you have any question about the tools? Is it clear for you?
Yes, it's clear. It's clear.
Okay. For the nudges, do you have any idea? Did someone have any idea? Did you use the nudges before?
The word nudges sound a bit strange to me. Can you, is that a synonym to the word nudges?
Nudges, yes, nudge.
Sorry, for me it is very something new. I hear from you. It's my first time to hear that
Okay.
that term nudges.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Festus. Thank you for sharing. Great. Okay. Yes, nudges. Bocello, thank you for writing it down. Who else? Seyi, Tapiwa, Richard, Duku, Mohammed, Abdi.
No, I haven't heard of nudges. I don't know what nudges is.
Okay. Do you want to know about it?
Oh, yes,
Okay.
I do. Yes, I do.
Yes, please. I've never heard of a Naji before.
Okay, great. Just to make sure that you're here, you're not sleeping, because, in the afternoon sometimes. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So, the nudges here are very, very important, and I'm glad you're all ears to know about them. So, the nudges are the gently changing behaviors through that you can use through your social marketing strategy. The definition is it's a gentle method to influence behaviors without prohibition or obligation by exploiting cognitive biases. We have examples here. For example, choice facilitation, making one option simpler and more attractive than trying to obligate or to, how can I say, impose it. The social norms showing that the majority adopts the desired behavior also. We have also the choice architecture, or by organizing options to guide the choice. And the last but not least, the framing effect. And here it's very important how to influence the perception by the way information is presented. So here you have 4 types of nudges and how we can use the nudges method to influence behaviors without prohibition or obligation. Okay? We will see some examples. For example, here we want to reduce energy consumption through social comparison effect. So the context is in the United States, we have a household energy consumption is a major environmental issue. The problem is the traditional campaigns, for example, turning off the lights and etc., have a limited lasting impact on behavior. So what they did use, the solution here is they called the researchers who collaborated with them, with the electricity companies, to send subscribers bills accompanied by a comparative message, such as, your energy consumption is higher than most of your neighbors. Or, congratulations, you consume less than the average in your neighborhood. So these messages leverages social norms to encourage environmentally friendly behavior. And this technique could be very, very impactful in a short time while you are working on uh, raising awareness in a subject or in another. Okay? So here I will ask you for a practical activity, and I would love you to maybe work on groups. How are we? How many are we here? So we are 20, maybe you are 18 or 19. You have the chat bot, okay? And the exercise said, so you have the chat bot, you can work on 2 or 3, okay? I don't have the possibility to add you to the chat rooms, unfortunately, but okay, if you already know someone in the room, you can contact him or her directly and work together on 2 or 3. So you can answer or work on this exercise for like 15, 10. I will give you 10 minutes, okay? So here, we will create a mini social marketing campaign for a local cause, okay? A city, in partnership with an NGO, organizes an open house days at a youth center to offer free interviews, okay? Help with CV writing and registration for training courses to needs youth. However, despite the unusual invitation, these young people are not showing up, okay? So the exercise is to define the target audience and the message and apply the 7 P's of social marketing. So I will give you like 5 to 10 minutes. We will see who is the faster and the efficient one who followed me since the beginning. So if you have any question, please ask now, and I will give you 5 minutes, and then you are invited to share
Yes,
the
madam. Can I ask you?
target and this. How did you apply the 7 P's? Yes, please, Festus.
Yes, madam. Yes, I'm asking, are we going to write on the chat or are we going to speak?
Sorry.
Are we going to write on the chat box?
Okay, here you have the chat bot. Okay,
Yeah, I'm asking if we are
I
going
will
to
give
write
you the chat
on the
bot.
chat
I will
box
give
for
you
the exercise.
the So we are 20. Okay, how to do it? I'll do it right now. I will create 5 rooms and give you 10 minutes, 5 minutes, Ali. 7 minutes. I think it's enough. And okay. Okay, the groups are already done. Great, you're all here. 4 people per group. We will have maybe 4. Okay, it's open now. You will receive the invitations. Okay. Okay, guys, you should accept the session groups, please, and join the small groups, please. I still have the group 4, group 1 and 2, only 1 person. Okay, group 1, please, guys, join. Festus, Ewurama, join your groups, please.
Yes, I just found I'm the only one in the call.
Sorry?
I just found that I'm the only one in the call. Did you share the invitation to others?
No, look at your chat. You received the invitation to join the group 4, the group second group, group 2. I will add you. Okay, good. Great. Thank you, Festus. Okay. Mohammed, stay in your group. Festus, just join. Not seeing the group invite on mobile. Please add. Okay, Bocello, you are. Let me see. You are in group 2. You have the Bocello. You can see the invitation on your chat. Please just check it. Tapiwa, please could you join your group? Do you have
Yes,
any?
I joined. Then we did not have the question there, so I returned to take a screenshot. So I no longer have the link to go back to the other sub meeting. May I have the link again?
Check now if you have you received it. Check now again, please. Okay. Check now, Bocello, s'il te plaît, please. Bocello, did you receive the invitation? Please check. You receive it even if you are on your phone. You can receive it. Check the chat, please.
Hello, Miriam. There were just two of us in our group.
Can we get two
Hello,
more
hello,
minutes?
guys.
Hi,
Hello,
Miriam.
hello.
There were just two of us in our group. Just
You,
two of us.
it's okay. It
Oh,
was
okay.
good. How was it?
Miriam,
It was
What?
good. It was good.
it was
What?
good, but it was cut short. Can we get 2 more minutes? Is that possible?
2 more minutes.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So, if you are all okay with it, maybe I can add you 3 minutes or 5 minutes. If it's
Yes.
Yeah,
okay,
thank
all
you.
of you.
Thank you, madam.
For the question.
Great. I'll give you 5 more minutes so you can have a good. Just something that I'm not sure of, which is I don't know if you will be able to. You can. Okay, okay. I think you will join the same group. Okay, so let's try. Here you are. You received the invitations. Go ahead. Please let me know if everything is okay. Okay, great. C'est bon? Yes? Good. I still have two more persons. Dinka, do you have any problem to get to your group? You need help with something?
Hello, hi. I think I was added to a wrong breakout room. I'm supposed to be in meeting room 2, but I was added to meeting room 1.
Hello, Miriam. We're back.
Yeah, hello guys. I'm sorry, but the rooms wasn't. I wasn't be able to put you guys in the same rooms, but it's okay. It's a part of the live exercise. So
It was
I'm
nice.
glad. I'm glad you had the opportunity to discuss. Maybe from the first groups you had, I would love to hear one person from each group. We had 5 groups. So if it's possible to have your feedbacks about the exercise itself and the challenges, maybe some answers to those questions, if you get the chance to answer maybe one or the both questions. Thank you. I would love to hear each of you from each group. I mean, one of each group, sorry.
All right. So I was on group 2 with Festus and Ewurama, and one of the P's that we talked about was physical evidence.
Can you
So
put Pucello your camera, please?
okay, no problem. Let me just see. So one of the, can you guys
Yes,
see me and
we
hear
can.
me?
Yeah, we can see you. Yes.
All right. So one of the things we talked about was sort of creating success stories from young people who have gone through these open house days, right? So we would have, because video currently is king and people resonate with video, we would have different people who attended previous open house days and succeeded in those, and then create a video of their success story. Festus also mentioned having a hook in those videos where we talk about the different pain points, like, are you struggling to find a job? Um, are you maybe stuck and not sure what to do? Are you not sure about your passion or your purpose? Sort of highlighting different pain points in those videos, and then also sharing success stories of people who sort of overcame the same pain points that you're going through, putting that on TikTok or Facebook, having a caption that sort of also shares a story and then has a call to action that says, hey, if you also want to be one of these young people that have overcome their challenges, click this link to register for this program. That's what we had a chance to talk about.
Hello.
Sorry, you didn't hear me, but I was saying bravo. Well done. Good job, guys. Thank you very much, Bocello, for presenting your group. So,
Thank you
who's
too.
next?
Thank you
Who's
too.
next? The next group. Who wants
Yeah,
to
group
jump?
2.
Yes, Modu?
Uh, yes, a group 3 actually. Yes, but yeah, for our group we have made some
With
discussions
whom
about.
you were working, Modu?
The first group was 2 other people, but later when you change it to the second group, I have new faces again.
Okay, so are you representing the third group?
Third group, yes. Yes,
Okay.
repeatedly I was in group 3
Yeah,
on
go
both
ahead.
occasions.
Go
So I
ahead.
guess,
How was your experience, and what are your answers to this exercise?
yeah, it was a good one. So for first on the prize, we look at the related cost to the activity that have to do with at least cost on communications, cost on publicity, and also printing materials, because it involves the use of registration forms to register young people in programs, etc., for any AT.
Mm-hmm.
For the promotional aspect, the use of flyers, but flyers with cartoons and graphics, because the target group are youth that are in any AAT, who probably some of them are not that very much educated. So we use more of sign languages that is easy for them to understand. We
Mm-hmm.
also use the engagement of musicians, local musicians in the communities who can influence young people's behavior, and also the engagement of youth role models. So for people, the target is youth social clubs, community leaders, local musicians, career counselors, training institutions in,
Mhm.
in TVET. For the processes, we have the engagement of the employer entities to have information on available jobs in the markets. We also have the engagement with youth leaders to discuss on approaches so that they can also lead the awareness raising. And the next step will be the community outreach, because the first in the first context that you shared, the youth center activity did not succeed because young people were not coming. So we thought that it is better that we do an outreach program instead, go and meet young people in their own youth corners, in their own safe spaces and their streets, where we can engage them directly in conversations. So for physical evidence that have to do with testimonies, but specifically on youth that have successfully done some Tibet programs and are currently managing enterprises of life-changing impacts. This is just in a nutshell of summarize. Yes, thank you.
Okay, amazing. Thank you very much. Well done, Modu. What is the main message? Remind me, please.
Yes, the main the main message that we are using is jobs are yours. Just do it.
Jobs are yours.
Kind of
Just
boosting
do
their
it.
confidence.
Yeah.
Just do it. Yes.
Okay, great. Amazing. Bravo. Let's clap and encourage each group. And this is just the starting. This is just the beginning. I'm sure you will enjoy it while you're working on those 7 P's into your social marketing strategy regarding to your NGOs. Thank you again, Modu. So who's next now? Another group, maybe this first group?
Hi.
Hi.
I had Sam and I'm forgetting the other one we had in our group. It was group 1. We
Okay,
discovered that
who was with you, Tapiwa, at the first?
I had Sam and Euran. I'm forgetting the pronunciation.
Okay.
So we discovered that the message came from a public-private partnership where local authority, the municipality or the city council, in partnership with the private NGO, it sent out a message to the community, and the people were not coming to respond to the message. So we used the 7 P's and actually discovered that maybe on the price part, people might be embarrassed to come to a program that has been called for. So we decided that we can actually use influencers and already existing structures. So you can find young people in churches. So you can use their pastor to relay the message to them. So they trust the pastor more than just the name of an NGO or at the community center. So you can engage people from the places they feel comfortable in. If they are church going, you use the churches. If they're into social clubs like soccer clubs, you use their coaches or their social leaders. If it is a community area, there's a ward councillor. You can use a ward councillor who can actually engage those who go to their meetings. So we end up using leaders who are actually active and who have people who follow them and who are confident according to their messages. So that is what we actually discussed and actually came up with. So our message will be simple. We care, come for the support, and let's support each other. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you very much, Tapiwa. Clear, straight to the point. Amazing. Top. Thank you very much for participating. Thank you again. So here I can see Ewurama. In which group were you? Ewurama, do you hear me? Ewurama, you were in which group? Hello.
Hello.
Put your
Sorry,
your
I
mic
think
on.
Madam Ewalaba, she was with Y.E.S, the group that Botero presented.
Sorry?
He was initiated the group that Botero
Okay, she was in the
presented.
same group as yours. Okay, okay. Thank you
Yes.
for clarifying. Thank you, Eurama. So who's next? So we've seen the group 1, 2, 3, the 4th, and the 5th. Fourth.
Okay.
Yes, say.
I'm not certain what group I was in, but it was me and Mr. Joseph in that group. And our message was discover how many young people like you all over the world are earning big. That's our message.
Can
and
you
we
repeat,
looking
please?
at
I didn't hear you very well. Can you repeat the message, please?
discover how many young people like you all over the world are earning big.
Okay, great.
So that's our message. And we looked at the 7 P's. And one of the main P's we looked at was the product. What are people? What language? In what language is the message passed across to the beneficiaries? Are they relating with the language? Do they understand what you're talking about when they come to the open house? The second thing we looked at was the place. And many African nonprofits, I'm not sure of everybody else, but many African nonprofits, a lot of beneficiaries expect to be incentivized when you have programs or any kind of project. So are we giving them food or snacks or drinks or even basic stuff like stationery or like workbooks, which we feel like is one of the major things that ensures that you have the numbers that you desire to have for the program. So language, distance. So are you incentivizing them with stuff like food, or are you giving them transportation to come to your program? And we feel like those are one of the key ways to ensure that the beneficiaries of your program actually engage and come to the open house. So language, distance, incentivize, and then discover how many young people like you all over the world are earning big. That's our messaging.
Wow, amazing. Okay, great. Well done. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Bravo, c'est great. Thank you very much. Amazing.
Thank you, Mr. Joseph. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for your supporting. Let's clap. Yes. Okay, who's next? Maybe the last group? Who's the last group? Who didn't speak yet, please? The 5th one. Yes, 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 yes. Who's representing the 5th group or the 4th? Okay. The 5th group, who's here? Who was there? Yes. Thank you, Richard, for this clarification about the price key. Online training was an option to increase outreach and participation. Amazing idea. Great. Yes, yes, yes. So here I'm looking for someone who participated to the 5th group. If no one raise his or her hands, maybe we will move forward to the conclusion because we are finished. If you have any other question, and I will thank you for your participation and attention through this workshop. So if you have any question, please, the floor is yours. Raise your hand, ask me your question. Well, there is also one thing that I wanted to add about the price is how do you define also the cost as an NGO? Because in general, NGOs, what they offer is for free. So you have to be very aware and to keep in your mind how to minimize uh, the the evaluation of your costs and how to find the solutions even through your sponsors or your partners. And if you don't have sponsors or partners, maybe you have to uh, work on the psychological side of your audience, um, and reducing this risk regarding to the relationship with money, because in general, when we work on social solution for an NGO, it's for free. So just keep this in your mind and find innovative solutions to um, assure the costs that you will need to assure a sustainability or a sustainable process and success to your project. And maybe the last point is, yeah, the people. The people who deliver the service are also very important. You have to choose them wisely, because those people are the people who are representing you and your project and your solution and your NGO. Even if they are volunteers or work mentors or coaches or working with your NGO, the people who's going to deliver your service are keys to success, to have a success story, obviously, into your journey. And also the continued training that you should uh, assure also to train your staff on empathy, on cultural codes, on informal dialogue. It's also very important to have a successful social marketing strategy. Okay, so I think, yeah, the last thing maybe I would add is that idea that I've mentioned before, also about people, is using the ambassador strategy, a mini program, for example, to choose or to recruit local young ambassadors to promote your strategy, your project, your social solution through events, through also peer-to-peer colleagues or coaches or mentors. And this in you can also suggest them in return a recognition or a certification or a small part, like free fee participation to a workshop or an event. I think those innovating options could have a huge added value into your project or into your event or into your movement or NGO in general. So it's very important to keep in your mind even influencers, or, like as I like to say, ambassadors, because those people could really represent you while you are not around, because we cannot be everywhere. We cannot um, uh, communicate all the time, but we can have ambassadors to represent ourselves. Okay. Do you have any other question, guys? No? Okay. So thank you again. Nice to see you, Yunusa. Thank you, Modu, Eburama, Festus, Asari, Mohammed, Bocello, Wirama, I said, Modu, Richard, Seyi, for your amazing, insightful participation. Tapiwa also, and all those I forget or I don't see here on my list. So thank you very much for staying to the
Thank you,
end,
Miriam.
and looking
Thank
forward
you too, madam.
maybe in the next session or when you are in Morocco. I hope that your visa issues are all set, and I'm sure you will find the solutions. And if in any case the visa didn't work, please be assured that we will stay connected, and I'm sure that the Yes Africa community and organization will assure the sustainability into our relationships and to co-create and co-develop together and co-grow together. So thank you again, and see you next time. And keep in your mind, big dreams are still in Africa. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, Mariam. Thank you very
Marhaba.
much.
Marhaba. Marhaba. Okay. Okay. Si Mohammed, are you here? Or Fatim Zara, who's here? كل ما زال هنايا معنا من الناس ديال يس افريكا. I cannot hear you. Qualification des jeunes, who's participating to the Heal Shabab Association? I didn't hear your voice. But welcome. Okay, I need to leave. So